also talk about how a video just showed up on your YouTube and led you to another one and led you to another one, and then you had a webinar, and then you met this guy, and then you met that guy. Do you think that your environment is being programmed to program you, or you are the one that's programming the environment?
I think in a manner of speaking, it's kind of like the Ouroboros. Where's the mouth and where's the tail,
Mm.
right? And the old chicken and the egg. I think my so the way Tom Campbell talks about is that if we think of ourselves right now, um, in the universe that we're in, physics is now proving that it's an information based universe, which means that which is effectively what a simulation is it's information based. So if you were to take an old like Sims video game where you're creating a virtual environment where here's this person that's going around their business in their house, going to work, whatever. Well, they have their own individual consciousness. Well, outside of that is us, the player, and the player is the larger consciousness system. Well, if we think of the universal energy field, right, that which is everywhere, that which is omnipresent, that which, people ascribe to God, well, God would be the larger consciousness system, and we'd be the individual participants in this simulation of basically experiencing what it is to be God with limitations. Because if God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipowerful, well, the one thing God doesn't have is limitations. And just like if we are around a table playing a board game with our kids, we get so sucked into it, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. And because there's limitations, we're all held to the same standards, we're all held to the same rules. But just like in the Matrix, what Neo, so famously told, or sorry, what Morpheus so famously told Neo is that some rules can be bent and others can be broken. And I think that in some cases, whether different energy fields, maybe you'll call them angels, maybe you'll call them higher beings, maybe you'll call them extraterrestrials. I don't really care what label you put on them, but there is a sense that whatever our conscious awareness is, our soul, right, our individual piece or spark of that God light, can tap into those other energy fields and then kind of drop it down to materialize into our world as a YouTube video or as a
Mm.
great mentor. And
We
in
are
order
then
to
throwing breadcrumbs for ourselves.